tell me about morning routines. Because I know you're big into morning routines, and I just want something for people to gravitate to after listening to this podcast, something that they could do on their own. You know, you don't need a mental coach, you know. So yeah, if you could give some pointers, starting with the morning routine, to people that, you know, they can't afford having a mental coach, you know, as professional athletes, you know, they could do it, but a lot of people can't, you know. So what kind of like advice can you give, starting with morning routines, that could like help benefit and get people on the right path?
3 things every morning should consist of, man. Number 1, take an absolute control over your body, or if you want to call it your movement and physiology. That's the best way, through breathing, through exercise in some way. The reason being, first off, it's going to change the entire way that you move, right? So think about it like this. Every emotion has an associated body language with it, right? Happy people, they're usually upright, they're sitting, shoulders back, they're looking good. Confident people, all that. There you go. Chris's smile is perfect. But then depressed people, man, they're usually like down over, they're slouched, they're all pissed off, they're annoyed. So it's like a lot of people, man, will come carrying baggage from the day before. You got to, again, take control of that shit. So it's like, I like to look at it right away in the morning. You got to get control of your movement. That can be through breathing, where you start breathing, you know, with intention, and you start doing the right things in regards to belly breathing and all that stuff. I personally like to do something like a workout in the morning right away when I get up. I'm one of those guys. I have the ability to do that because I've got my own business and I don't have a training schedule throughout the day like athletes. But for a lot of athletes, I've noticed the whole meditation process is a great way. Second thing you need to actively take control of is your focus. No doubt in my mind. Like a lot of people, man, just run wild, right? And the thing is, people don't realize, if you don't control your mind, it's an amazingly beautiful thing that can do a lot of awesome stuff. But if you let that sucker run wild, that's like giving a kid a crayon. You know what I mean?
You don't
like
want that brain to, you don't want your brain to run wild, ladies and gentlemen.
You need structure, right? So it's like focusing on the things you want. Like, I know it sounds simple, but some people it's a journal. I've got you doing it, for example, in the meditation in the morning, but writing down what you're intentional about accomplishing for the day is by far one of the best and cheapest ways that you can do it, buying a simple little thing like that. And the last part, man, is some good self-talk. Like, I'm not saying that you need to be crazy about it and start chanting things out loud. That definitely does a lot of good stuff for your nervous system. But man, prayer is a form of self-talk. Let's be real for a sec, right? Like, taking the time to be grateful about certain things. That's a form of self-talk. Talking to yourself about what you want to do, who you are, what you want to accomplish. Like, those 3 things, man, of just movement, focus, and then a way to talk to yourself. To me, those are the absolute most important things in the morning. Like, even for movement or changing your state, you can do a cold tub. I know people that do cold plunges in the morning, right? And it's like that shocks your nervous system in a way that nobody even realizes. It changes your heart rate. It changes how you feel in a moment. So 3 things, man, for the morning for sure are that. And then I would say, like, do the toughest thing first if you have the opportunity to. Best way, if you can put yourself in a good state and you're already rolling, the rest takes care of itself, you know?
I love it, man. There you go. That's going to be a clip for YouTube right there. That's going to be a good one. A little self-help from Matthew Caldaroni. Caldaroni. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on. That's about an hour. Totally. That was great. Is there any before you go, any shout outs, plugs? I know you got websites.
Totally, man. So check us out.
Go ahead.
www.molliteum.com. Molliteum. It means literally resilience in Latin. We just spelt it the way that it sounds. Everything that you need is there. We got our podcast there. We've got, I think there's a bunch of downloadable stuff, a lot of resources, blog articles, everything you need to kind of like summarize all this stuff. It's in there. We just want to help people.
Awesome. All right, cool. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Totally, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please let us know in the comments below. Won't Back Down is also available as a podcast, so feel free to give us a follow wherever you get your podcasts.